What's up, everybody? What's up? Hello. So, well, the ads are done on my end. They're not done on your end. That's not my fault. YouTube wants to put ads on everything. Jesus criminy. Hello. It is January the 7th, 2024. It's about 12:11. We got about 3 or 4 minutes till we start. But I want to say if everybody would please lift dragonflies up tomorrow is quite the day for dragonflies. She has 5 to 6 teeth to get pulled out. So let's just lift her up that nothing happens and that it just goes smoothly and she takes a pain pill and goes to sleep for my sake. But let's. I'm going to give it just 1 minute. I'll be right back. Okay, so I want to talk seriously about what me and dragonflies did. So this was an experiment, and I think it was a good experiment, but it also was very, very eye-opening. We turned on. We live on a cistern, as you all know, and so we didn't go get water. We decided to see how long our preps of water would last while we can, and what happens, and how much you use, and all these things. So I prepared a video, but we're supposed to start in 3 minutes. So I want to talk about one thing that I learned. See this tiny little bottle? This tiny, tiny little bottle. It is 8 ounces of water. So one thing I want to talk about is with 8 ounces of water, I could actually brush my teeth for a whole week. Pretty amazing. 8 ounces of water. We waste so much water. And with the 8 ounces of water, I could actually brush my teeth for a whole week. What I would actually do, and I'm going to explain it to you, and then we're going to get into the video that I did for y'all out here on the property to kind of explain really. This could be a really shitty subject, okay, honestly. But so this 8 ounces brush my teeth for a whole week. One thing is, I would use water, wet my toothbrush, put my toothpaste on, and then afterwards, when I'm rinsing my mouth and I'm getting ready to spit the water out, I would put my toothbrush under there and spit the water onto my toothbrush to rinse my toothbrush off, and then use a couple caps full to rinse it again. So I'll tell you what, that, my friends, is very eye opening when you can use 8 ounces of water to brush your teeth for a whole week. And, I only have like four missing teeth, two in the back. Well, I have six, two on the back, two on the top, and these two front that I got out. So it's not like I don't have any teeth to brush, right? So, but the thing is that when you look at water and look at how much you really go through, what they're telling us to do and what's actual reality is a big, huge difference. So it is now 12:14. So anybody that's late will have to catch up. But I filmed out here on the homestead, and I want to show you yeah, yeah. Well, and it really teaches you, SBLL, how to be more conservative. I mean, we literally went to this week, and is 2 months that we have not had running water in the cabin. No running water for the toilet, none for the shower, none for doing dishes, no water. Because I feel like that if we test our skills, then we really know like what is really going to happen in a SHTF situation, or if there's a nuclear, if there's a war, if there's martial law, if there's whatever comes at us, how much water are we going to really use? And it's the best way to learn is to actually do it. I wouldn't tell everybody to do it because we still have water up in the loft. We still have water up in the loft. But you're about to see how we did it. And then we're going to talk about like flushing the toilet, taking a shower, using a solar shower, all these drag. Well, anyway, we're going to talk about all these things, right? And then hi, copycat. And I think it's really important to see like what really happens when you have no running water in your house. I think the biggest obstacle, honestly, was the toilet. Now we do have a outhouse, right? We have an outhouse, but the thing is well, let's get into the video because I kind of talk about it in the video about the outhouse, and I want to talk about. Well, just let's get into the video, and I'll come back. Okay. I think this video will be eye opening, and not only that, when there's a will, there's a way to do stuff. So let's get into it, and then I'll be back. But this is out on the Homestead, and I thought y'all would enjoy it. Um, let's go.
One out of to find out what the experience was like. So we went. I don't think people realize, like, we did this one out of to find out what the experience was like. So we went almost 2 months without getting water, without having running water. And I'll tell you what, it's very, very eye-opening, folks, to how important water is and what a necessity is and how much you go through. We talk about it a lot on prepping channels about how important water is. But when it really boils down to it, I don't think anybody is prepared enough when it comes to water. And lugging the water around, it's heavy, moving it around, being able to have enough to flush your toilet or have an outhouse. There's a lot of things that come when it comes into play about water. So this live stream is completely about water. I'm going to show some snippets of some videos of how we did it for 2 months, and I'm ready to fill up the cistern. This experience was a good experience, but I'll tell you what, it was also very eye-opening to how much water you actually use, and what do you do if you're in that situation where you can't get water. Also, I want to show what happens to plastic bottles if you do not rotate them in and out. We rotate our bottles in and out, and these bottles are probably about maybe a year old. So that's another thing to consider, is what happens to the bottles as they basically disintegrate. So I'm going to show you a couple things, and then we're going to get on to the live stream. So as you all know, we're very conservative when it comes to water, because we have lived on a cistern for quite a while. But I want to show you these bottles, what happened. Can you all see that? These bottles became very flimsy. The sides caved in, and they started losing water at the top. So these bottles are made out of junk, I guess. They're not going to hold up very well. Just another thing to think about. Because if you got a case of these, and we have several cases of them, but you're losing maybe down to here, up to here, somewhere in this area of water, then you're losing additional water that you may need to survive. So these little plastic flimsy bottles that they come in are crap. Just my opinion. These bottles, this is a refrigerator bottle. These are a lot more durable, but as you can see, it also got a break in it. So there's another problem. Your bottles are going to break. So that's why we keep gallon jugs, such as these. They're a lot better. We've had much better luck with them over the last 4 years. They seem to hold up better. And they're pretty easy to stack, and they're pretty easy to carry, because this is only 3 quarts of water, right? So a 3-quart bottle, a little over 3 quarts. But anyway, these are a lot easier to carry, and we save them, and we recycle and we reuse them for water. Now let's go outside a minute. I'm going to show you how creative we got. Simple, easy, and in a real shtf, this may help you a lot, just to say, oh, I this is what I got to do. And the thing is if there's any kind of EMP or any kind of situation, you're going to want to, it doesn't matter where it happens in the country. If it's an EMP or a serious war type situation, do it immediately. Use every pot and pan, use every planter, everything. And I'm going to take you outside and I'm going to show you what we did. So I set up 3 totes, and in the 3 totes, it just came straight up off the roof up there. It's a great spot, but there's no rain gutter or nothing, right? But every single day, these would completely fill up. And yeah, it has leaves in it or whatever, but this is for non-potable water. This is to use to flush the toilet, wash dishes, whatever. Put a little dab of bleach in it, and bada boom, bada bang. These came in super handy, right? They hold a couple gallons of water, and so we use those. But you got to get creative, and you got to think about it. I will tell you this. Living on a system that is not hooked up to city waters has its advantages and disadvantages, for sure. But the thing we've come to realize is 1,500 gallons of water is not a whole lot. It's really not a whole lot. And most people go through 3,000 to 5,000 gallons in a month. We go through less than 15. Now, many of you have come out here with me before to our rain catch. I've added a couple things. This blue barrel up here, I added as a free catch. So there's nothing, it just comes from the sky, fills up to here, dumps in. It's working. I'm getting probably an extra 20 to 30 gallons. Real primitive, but it works. The other thing is we have this tube that comes off of here, and this has been dynamite. Actually, we had a lot of rain, so I'm getting ready to go ahead and dump that. I bought several of these great little pieces. It's a rain guard, but the nice thing is you can form it. So I have one in the end of this tube to keep debris from going in if it doesn't get caught up here, right? Most of it will get caught up. Most of it will get caught up in here because we have the black netting on it. I have another rain guard here. And this is really primitive, folks. I come out about once a month, wipe all the leaves off, and go for it. My whole point is, with this water experiment, is where there's a will, there's a way. And we're all going to have to get really creative to be able to survive if something happens. My big concern is this sits outside. So if there's a situation, then what? You know, there's questions you have to ask yourselves, and there's things that you have to do to really figure it out. The other thing is we're pretty blessed, okay? You know, we do have an outhouse. It's far enough away that if we really needed it, we could use it. But also, if it's contaminated outside, then you have another issue. I don't know. I love it out here. I think that living out here, we've learned a lot. And we've learned a lot about how to stand on our own 2 feet, which I think is really, really important. So let's get into my opinion about this water situation and what it's really like for 2 people to go almost 2 months without running water. The good, the bad, and the shitty. Just saying. So I'll see y'all in a minute.
And it was the good, the bad, and the shitty. I want to say this: we learned a lot of stuff about doing this experiment. One thing I learned is that the water bottles, like, literally, they break down very quickly. And Peanuts Nana, nice to see you, Scruffy, Tamara. So the water bottles, they do break down quickly, and Peanuts Nana made a good point. She just took them in a drive, and from the heat and getting cold, heat, cold, even with your canned food, it's the same thing, right? It's going to screw up the bottle, and you can tell a big difference between this bottle, right, and the bottle that I showed you. The collapsible 5 gallon jugs that you get for, like, camping are probably one of the easiest ways to tote 5 gallons. The nice thing is that they're collapsible, so they don't take up a lot of room, but also they have that handle on them. I will say this too, though. Even when we were traveling on the RV and I was doing a lot of camping and stuff outside of the RV, those collapsible 5 gallon buckets, make sure you have duct tape. I'm just saying, because those things either get a leak or the handle starts wibbly wobbling. They don't make them really, really quality. A water bob is another good thing. I want to say about this experiment that me and Dragonflies did. There was a lot of obstacles. a lot of obstacles. I think one of the biggest obstacles was showering. Solar showers are great. They're great if you're outside where the solar shower can get warm. But we did a lot of things to improvise to have nice warm showers. So we took the solar shower, and it was a great experiment because I think that it really gave us a hands-on situation, and it gave us a different look at, oh, just go buy water, go get stock up water. It really gave us the inside look at, shit, this is not fun. I'll tell you that right now. It is not fun. It We heated up water and put it into the solar shower to take warm water. We were talking about, like, if it was a nuclear situation, you could run in and out even to the outdoor outhouse, right? You couldn't do that because if you did, you're going to have a throwaway Tyvek suit, and every time you go outside, you might be contaminating the inside of your home to get more. You might get sick from that. So we really took it like as a very serious experiment, like we were in the shtf. So the solar shower, we took a screw and we hung it up above the shower and Dragonflies rigged up a piece of paracord. We took the paracord, put it through the solar shower handle, and then hung it up as high as we could. Because the other thing is, I think that it would be best to have two solar showers. One that you could have in the bathroom, one that you could put outside if you're able to do that. But if you're not, you can always heat up the water by setting it by a window, by setting the actual jugs by a window in the sunshine, right? So that was eye opening. The shower thing was very eye opening. The solar shower is great if you can use it outside, but if you can't use it outside, you have to improvise a way to use it. The other thing was the poo. I'm just going to put it out there. You know, we all got to do the do. And I'll tell you what, we kind of kept track of how much water is it taking to flush it to it. If you have kids or an elderly person or somebody that cannot go outside, that cannot use the outhouse, that can't get back and forth on their own, they're going to want to use the indoor toilet. And if you could use it as long as like us, we're on a lagoon system, so it's not going to come back at us. It's going to continue to flow out. But in a city, there's a shutoff valve, and we had who was it? Brian Smith, I think, that came up on the live stream. He's a plumber, and he was talking about that mechanism, and so it shuts it off. So then you're going to have crap literally in your house. And I'm telling y'all, I mean, this might be a shitty subject, but like in an honest, down to earth way, we did this for 2 months. So we learned a freaking lot. So with us, with the lagoon system, it wasn't a big deal. Do your due, take one of those big bottles that I just showed, and it took 1.5 of those to flush the toilet. So roughly 3 gallons of water. But then, if you're in a serious SHTF situation, do you want to use your water to flush the toilet? Probably freaking not, because you're probably going to need it to drink, brush your teeth, keep sanitary. Um, you know, maybe it was okay. Not you, Brian Smith. Okay, so maybe I don't know. Maybe it's not Brian. Sorry, it wasn't you. I can't remember. Maybe it was Justin. Anyway, we had a professional plumber come on and talk about the situation with that flap. So this is a really crappy subject, but I'll tell you what, it was so eye opening. The other thing is we talked about the 5 gallon bucket system. Okay, that's great for a toilet. But what are you going to do with that if you can't be running it outside and burying it like a cat? I'm just saying, then your whole house is going to stink. So that's like a big hurdle to get over. And you all know as well as I do is if you're sitting around in and smelling feces and urine day in and day out, you're probably going to have some health ramifications. You're probably going to get sick. Just saying. I mean, we're talking real down to earth true prepping today because we did it and we realized a lot. You also realize how much water you actually use. They say 1 gallon of water per person. Bullshit. I will say bullshit to that. Bullshit. Um, just me, like I brushed my teeth with an 8 ounce thing of water for a whole week. That was awesome. But we had coffee, we had dishes, we had showers, we had toilets, and the only thing that we didn't do in this experiment was laundry. But we did not do laundry either. So that becomes another thing that you have to look at is shit, do I have enough boxers? Do I have enough jeans, shirts, or whatever to go for however long? And then once you get to the point that you have to do laundry, then you have choices to make in a really bad situation. If I use this water to do laundry, I may not have it to drink. And I mean, I'm talking an all out doomsday, oh shitter situation in a real down to earth reality. Yes, I think 3 gallons, 2 to 3 gallons per person per day. But you got to learn some tricks like this. You know, if you can take and do this one at home, everybody, I dare you. Take an 8 ounce bottle, fill it with water, and brush your teeth for a whole week and report back on the community page and let me know how that turned out for you. It's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass. But probably 16 ounces would have been easy. But I was pushing myself to see about if I could do it with 8 ounces. And you can. And you can still get a good brush of your teeth. So, you know, the things we did were to test our skills, to test what it's really like, and to see if we could actually do it. Right. And we could, and we did do it. But I challenge each and every one of you to just do this test. Just try this. 8 ounces of water for 1 week brushing your teeth. That's it. And if you have the faulties, how are you going to take care of those teeth? You still got to use water. I will say that bleach comes in very handy when you don't have running water. Um, if you take bleach and just add about a capful to your dishes, to your sinks, whatever, it will help you a lot. The other thing I did a lot is one day I would shower, the next day I would just wash down, and I filled up the sink in the bathroom with less than a gallon of water, washed my face, my important parts, and then basically kept that sink full of the water because using a washcloth and old bar soap does really a good trick. Using the liquid soap, I realized that it takes a lot more to rinse it off your body than the bar soap, so I was using bar soap. I think that everybody can learn from this experiment, and I think that if you take the challenge, I'll post it on the community page. I would like to hear your results of 1 week, 1 8 ounce glass of water, 1 8 ounce bottle. That's all this is, 8 ounces of brushing your teeth for a whole week. I think that when it boils down to it, rotating your water in and out is going to be very key. And also, but if the water system breaks down, then what? Setting up 3 totes. Look at how much water we caught. We caught a lot of water, a lot. Every time it rained, those buckets would fill up from free fall rain off of the roof. So, meaning that it wasn't directed to that, it just filled up. We also took those cat litter ones and set them up out on the deck, and they would fill up. So, we'd have 3 totes of water, and then all those bigger jugs filled up with water, and we utilize that water as non-potable water. And that's another big thing is to mark your bottles, be it if you're going to recycle, repurpose, if they're potable or non-potable. Potable meaning drinking, cooking. Non-potable, of course, if you don't know, it means only using it for the bathroom and things like that. I think that when you really break down all these different subjects, it gets a little frantic um, to be able to actually do this. And I dare and challenge each and every one of you to try the 8 ounce water only. Okay, just saying. If The other thing I think that we realized is the water and taking a shower. 1,500 gallons is what we have in the ground inside the building, and then we have two 275s and one that's almost 400 gallons outside, plus all the totes that I set up. And it's still, I'm telling you, folks, you start going and you just run out of water. You run out of water and you go, whoa, I need to do something. Um, Well, SBLL, there's a way to get around that too. I'm just saying, go on Amazon. There's some very slick rain catches that you can catch. You know what? Rain is free from God. It's free from the sky, and I'll be darned if anybody's going to tell me that I can't catch rainwater. You know what I mean? You could use a bird bath. You could, yeah, good point. You could use a bird bath. You could set out buckets that just look like they're buckets sitting there. You could set out planters, just planters that look like they're planters, and they make this collapsible one that goes off of your gutter, and it looks like an old timey wood barrel, but it's really inside of it is a rain catch. So there's a lot of things that people have come up with because the establishment saying that we can't catch rainwater, they're absolutely freaking crazy. They're crazy. Hello, Caitlin. I think that we have to stay on point, and this experiment is really eye opening. If anybody has any questions about the experiment, you can drop them now, and I'll answer them. But I think the biggest thing, and also doing dishes, what a pain in the ass, right? So I would say this about doing dishes. Actually, we're going today. They make these. They're made by Rubbermaid or whatever. They're like an insert that you can set into your sink because then your water becomes dual purpose. If it's setting in the sink itself and you pull the plug, you lost the water. So we have one, we're getting another one, and we probably will get two of them. So we'll have a backup in case there's a crack or a leak in it. But I think that another big thing is to take that water tub, put it inside your sink, fill it up with water, and when you're done doing your dishes, even though the water is dirty, you could still use it to one, flush the toilet. Two, you could use it to water plants. So there's other things you could use that dirty water for. And I don't know what. Dish pan. Dragonflies is correcting me here. It's called a dish pan. Proper. And she didn't even get me a cup of coffee, but she did make me a great, wonderful red velvet cake. I appreciate all the birthday wishes and stuff last night too, everyone. But I think, yeah, Scruffy. I think that when it boils down to it, and there is no water, you're going to want to utilize the water over again if you're able to. And even honestly, I've been thinking about they make a shower. It's like the shower pan. Well, I'm wondering if you could get a shower pan that is smaller. I've seen them in shops before, like when we had the truck when I was working for the corporation. So it's like an oil catch pan. So then instead of taking a shower and letting that water go down the drain, another thing is you could block it off so it's not going down the drain and it's filling up that that shower pan, then reuse that shower pan water. You know, I'm telling you folks, if something happens with the water, you better figure out a plan. You better have a plan intact because 2 months of this shit, I'll tell you what, I'm ready to fill up the water. We're going today. I'm refilling up all of our jugs, and then this week we will be going to get another probably 2,000 gallons of water. But it was eye opening, and you see, without cheating, right? Without cheating, we learned a lot. If we would have said no, not today, let's turn that shit back on, then it would have been a different story. We literally let it run out and seen how long that 1,500 gallons could run us. The other thing you can do in the back of your toilet, and I've showed it before, is you can put a bladder. And this bladder, actually, you fill it up with water, you set it in the back of your toilet in the tank, and that way your water, when you have to flush it, it uses less water. I'm telling you that, folks, I'm really, really telling you. Yes, we have several of those. Actually, I'll show them. Hold on 1 minute. I'll be right back. Let me They make dry dragonflies used it a lot as a CNA, and I'm going to tell you the brand so y'all know. Where are they? Dry shampoo, dry shampoo, and dry shampoo. So this one is called Clean Freak, not your mother's shampoo. And Dragonfly said that all these come together. Here, I'm going to drop this down so y'all can see it. So this is what they look like. And if you go to Amazon, you can get them. and they come in a three. They come all together. There's three of them. Hold that one up, dragonflies. So you get 3 cans of them, right? And the cans, they are made in the USA, cruelty free against animals. You get 11.2 ounces per can. One of them is Beach Babe. It's a texturizing dry shampoo. This one is bodybuilding dry shampoo. And then this one is just refreshing.
What it does is it absorbs the oil so your hair is not oily for it, and it's to be used in between shampoos.
Can you all hear her? I tried to talk her into coming up. She's going to come up on a live stream this month, and we're going to have a dual live stream. Yeah, well, and it works. But I think everybody needs it. I mean, I'm just saying. I think everybody needs it.
You can also buy, and we don't have.
Hold on a minute, Dragonflies. We got questions. You're talking. Um,
You can get rinse-free
rinse-free.
body soap also.
Rinse-free body soap would be another great idea too. Uh, you can sand some pallet wood so no splinters and slide a catchman's pan in it and stand on top when showering. That would be a great idea. We got pallets out here. We got a whole like stack of them. Um, they were given a bunch free, but then I had to pay the guy to deliver them. And we got a whole flatbed trailer of pallet wood, good and some crappy, right? Cost me $100. That was 3 years ago, and we've done pallet projects and built fences with it and all kinds of stuff. But I still have a bunch left. That would be a great idea. Thank you. Yeah, everybody see his idea. That's wonderful. I think it's Sir. I'm not sure. I think it's anti-added Jack. I think you're a Sir, correct? I don't want to. I think that there's so many things that when it really comes down to it, right, that we don't think about as in prepping. We just say, "Oh, we'll go get water." But what about when you really do it? That's the question, right? When you really do the shit, that's when you realize, "Hey, Ark, that's when you really realize how serious the situation it could be very quickly." And I think it's better to run some of these experiments in your own life. And I do again challenge everybody to get an 8-ounce bottle of water and brush your teeth for 1 week with only that 8 ounces and tell me how it works out. I'll be posting it on the community page. So it's a little challenge to each and every one of you that say you're a prepper. And I'd love to see your comments after you do it for a week because it is eye opening. The same with the solar shower. I mean, there's so many things that, yeah. And that's another thing is baby wipes, flushables, countertops. You need to have some kind of wipes to be able to reuse them, be able to extend the life of your water because baby wipes, you can always wipe your pits, wipe your whatever, right? I was going to say your ass, but yeah, huh? Yeah, you can wipe your essentials. You can wipe those essentials off. Yeah. Well, and honestly, peanuts nano water's heavy. You're looking at what, 8.7, is it 7.7 or 8.7 pounds per gallon. So 5 gallons is a lot for a lot of people to handle. You could get an expandable wagon, peanuts nano. That would be a great idea. That Dragonflies has one. She keeps it in the car because we have two elder dogs, and I have a bad knee, so we had carry an expandable wagon. And we figured worst case scenario, the car goes down, hit by an EMP. We keep it in there. We keep it in there. It's in there every single day. But we can throw the dogs in there. We could throw our get home bags. We have extra water in our car. We have extra like type survival kit. So you could throw those things in there and pull it or push it. And especially if you have two people, it makes it a lot easier. So there's a couple, different things you could do. But I think that the 1 gallon jugs are easier to handle, and the other one is the cat litter totes that hold about 2.5 gallons. That's easy because you got 2.5 gallons on each arm, and most people can handle that. You know, mm, Dragonflies made a good point. Do not flush the baby wipes because you will have a damn mess. Tamara said it. I don't know who said it, but don't flush them because you'll have a gosh dang mess for sure. I just wanted to bring this up today because this is the end of our experiment. We are super excited to get water this week to load up, right? 8.3. Okay. I knew it was like somewhere in there. I said 7.75 or 8.75. Thank you, anti-ada Jack. Um, we're going to be able to take real showers. We're going to be able to do laundry, all those things that you take for granted. And thank you for telling me that. Um, I think it's really important. So figure out 8.3 gallons at five, and if you need 1,500 gallons just to survive a month, woo, you're talking a lot of weight. I'm just do not even flush the flushable. Yeah, yeah. Well, and the last thing you want in a shtf is to have the dew coming back up in your house. I mean, honestly. I mean, you want to talk about disgusting? Coffee first. You did it. Uh-oh. Well, I'm sure that was nasty as all get out. And then to try to figure out how to do it. Oh, dragonflies. Dra- Dragonfly's excited because she can wash her drawers. Oh my gosh. It was a good experiment, but I think overall, I hope that we never have to live it for an extended period of time. A month, but hold on. A month gets you like to the point that you're like, I want to stop the experiment, but 2 months really presses the issue. And I think that the most important thing is, when you do some of these experiments and you really truly live in a doomsday prepping type situation, it makes you learn a lot very quickly and figure out how do you get around it, right? Buy extra undies and socks. Dragonflies is giving great words of advice here. Really think about it, folks, and think about that, if we go into a full situation, how critical it could be and how important it could be to make sure that you are on point. I will say this: if you think you have enough water, you're fooling yourself. Go get some more. If you think that you maybe get 5 gallon buckets. 5 gallon buckets are a great way to do it because or totes. You can set those 5 gallon buckets and totes off the end of your roof, off your garage, wherever, and you can just do the old dip and go and fill them up. Yeah, well, and that's the other thing is we have a lagoon system, so we also have quit putting toilet paper in our toilet. So we have a special trash can lined with recycled plastic bags, and all of our toilet paper now goes in there because even living on a lagoon system, you can still have problems. So we don't dragonflies. Oh, Tamara said it. Oh wow, Tamara, thanks for sharing. Wow. But so we also have a special trash can with a lid. Hit the foot peg, drop it in, and take it out. But we started doing that a long time ago in the RV because we realized that you can really cause yourself a really shitty mess. Just saying. Just a shitty mess. So the thing is, folks, is you got to think about health effects, water, and it all goes together. Because, like, I'll tell you what. Also, the other thing that I really thought about is if you couldn't take a bath or a shower, what would happen, and how long would it take before you had a skin irritation, a skin disease, or some other kind of nasty disease from not being able to keep yourself properly clean. So there's a lot that went into this experiment, and I'm ready to come out of it, and I'm ready to turn the water on. Yeah, you can get a lot of things from not having running water or being able to keep yourself clean. So I hope that you all enjoyed this experiment with us, um, and what we learned from it. And I hope that you take the challenge of using an 8-ounce bottle of water for 1 week to brush your teeth. Post it on the community page. Can you burn the TP in a burn barrel? Sure, why not? Yeah, of course you can. As long I wouldn't want the burn barrel close to my house, I'd want it away because it might not be the best smelling, but it might not be the like roses or something. I hope that y'all learned something. I challenge you. There's 30 some of you on here. I hope that you take the challenge. You can burn cow patties, so why not? It adds up quick to your undie catch. Just grab on an extra pack or two whenever you go to civilization, done, and have a lot of lion claws. That's a great idea. Great idea. Thank you for the tip. Don't sign one will clog OTWs. Wow, wow, Rick. I buy off season on clearance. Good point. Good tip. Good tip. I think that I would say honestly, stock up in some of those things. You're welcome. Glad to see you. Thank you for being here. Well, we're just getting ready to close it down. Sorry, Carol. Dragonflies, y'all please lift Dragonflies up tomorrow as she goes and gets us 5, 6 teeth pulled at one time. And thank you again for the birthday wishes. I will see you all tomorrow morning for news at OTWP. We're going to be going down the rabbit hole about North Korea and why Taiwan is so important. So we're going to be going down that rabbit hole. Got a really cool video that came in that I found about the military EODs, and we're going to be talking about that as well. So we have a lot of good things happening this week. But please lift Dragonflies up as she goes and gets all those yanked out. That's probably one of those things that she's probably going to be a little well. So I want to spend some time with her, watch a movie. We're going to have a big lunch and dinner so that her tummy's full because she probably won't feel like eating nothing but some mashed potatoes or something soft, maybe some soup or something over the next few days. God bless you from here in the Ozarks, everybody. Have a great day. Keep on doing the dang things. Learn the skills, and I hope you all take the challenge. I'll be posting it on the community page today. So, in about a week, next Sunday, I can't wait to see how many of you actually did it and learned something and what you learned. So, God bless you. Everyone, take care. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon, my friends. God bless.